So the first thing I'm going to do is just pick it out to make sure I know exactly how much, I want to cut. But I'm really just cutting around the sides and the back. Look how much hair I have, people. Look how much hair I have. And it's definitely thickened, thank the Lord, and it's growing back. So I am very, very grateful for that. And now, like I said, I'm just going to cut around this side and that side. So this is going to be a little shorter. This is going to be a little shorter. And I want to keep the length up in the top. Okay. So I'm using my Wahl, WAHL, hair clippers. And I'm going to be using this smallest, well, this is the smallest that I have, little comb to fit over it. And it has a lever that is down and then it goes up. The higher you take it up, the shorter it cuts the hair. So if you're new to this, don't start up here. Start with it on its lowest setting and then get gradual so that you cut the hair gradually rather than taking out big chunks at a time, especially if you're new to this. And then obviously you got to cut it on. And then I am just going to use my mirror to be able to see the back to cut it, and wish me luck. Here goes. So as you see, it's on the high setting, so it's hardly cutting anything. So I'm just going to lift it up just a little bit. Now just a little bit more because I'm just gauging to see how much hair I want it to start cutting. So I'm just raising it a little higher so that it's cutting it a little shorter. And see the hair, all the hair that is cut already. All right, and for me, I know I want this short and I know that I need this to go all the way up. So that's what I'm going to do. But I just wanted to do that so that you could see how it works with moving that lever and the amount of hair that comes off when you do that. Okay. So now I'm not going to put it actually all the way at the top, but almost, because I do want this to be cut this around here pretty short. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut this side pretty short and started on the back, and this side is still not been cut yet. So that's the difference. And as you see, I'm just going down. I'm just taking it in strokes down to be able to cut the hair. And right now I'm just cutting it all, about the same length. So now I'm just gonna look and make sure it looks pretty even, on both sides, that the line starts about the same place. It's about the same level of shortness all the way around. Make sure this line is pretty much, all even. And it looks like it is. Okay. So now I will take my scissors and I'm just going to pull this out to make sure that the hair, again, around here is all even. And right here, it definitely looks like this is just a little bit longer than the hair around it. So I'm just going to trim that down just a little bit. When you're cutting your own hair with scissors, please make sure you use hair scissors. Don't just grab kitchen shears or whatever. It is not good for your hair. It is going to cause split ends and it's not going to do your hair justice. So your hair is going to be shorter, but it's also going to have repercussions that are going to last longer than that haircut. So just make sure you use good scissors when you're cutting your hair. So now I'm just going to, like I said, just trim around and make sure that the back where it's meeting this cut that I've done on the back is even. Okay, so now the last thing I'm gonna do pretty much in cutting it with the trimmers is just, I'm gonna take the comb off and I'm just going to do right here at the back, just do that so it's a little bit lower and more of a fade look with the clippers. So just gonna brush the excess hair off, and then I'm going to take my small little trimmer to edge everything up. Now I'm just gonna pick it back out, gonna wash it, style it, and I'll be back after I wash it. And washing, I'm not recording because I'm not doing anything special. Literally, I'm just washing my hair. Everybody, knows how to do that. So I'm gonna wash it and then I'll be back to show you how I'm gonna style it. Time for styling. I've washed my hair, I've conditioned my hair, and it doesn't hold a lot of water. So it is, wet because it's just been washed, but it just doesn't hold a lot of moisture. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll tell you what I use to wash it. Because I have very gray hair, I use this Shiny Silver Ultra Conditioning Shampoo. So I use that. And then I use the Monate Thickening Shampoo and went behind it with the Monate Thickening Conditioner. So that's what I use to wash my hair and condition it. And now I am just going to put a towel around my shoulder so that I don't wet my shirt up. And I'm just gonna do it in sections. I'm just gonna spray water. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna put some of this Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine 10-in-1 spray in there. And it's supposed to have all kind of good things for moisture and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just putting that in there kind of as a leave-in, I guess you could call it, just to make sure I'm adding some kind of moisture in my hair. All right, so just put that in and give it a good rub through, making sure to incorporate it. And if you are new here and you're seeing these scars, that came from being a curious 2-year-old little girl who pulled down a skillet of hot grease on my head. So, I don't remember it. And, it's just a part of my scalp as far as I remember, because I don't remember my hair before this. So anyway, just to let you know what these scars are from. So now that I've put that in and incorporated it in my hair, I'm just going to do it in, sections at a time by just splitting it a little bit. And I'm going to spray some water on it. Then I will add the Cantu Shea Butter Wave Whip Curling Mousse. And behind that, I will add the Cantu Flexible Hold Moisture Retention Styling Gel with flaxseed and olive oil. That was a mouthful, but that's what I'm using. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this section in real time. Actually, let me do it a little smaller so I don't have to, take more time in real time than necessary, and then I'll speed it up. So just gonna wet this section right here so that it's nice and wet. Okay, maybe a little wetter than I wanted, but anyway, nice and wet. All right, and now I'm gonna add the Wave Whip mousse, about that much. This section to get it saturated. All right, that's forming curls already. I like it. And now I'm just gonna go, like I said, right behind it with some of the gel and run that through. And then I'm going to finger shingle it to get some nice defined curls here. And there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just grabbing what seems to want to come, the amount, and just twisting it around my finger until I get some curls and some definition. These parts are a little shorter, so a little hard to twist, but that's okay. And so those are the curls that I have from in this first section. So now, like I said, I'm just going to continue to do the same thing over my head, wet it, put the mousse, put the gel, finger shingle it, and you will see what we end up with. I do, after, everything has been finger shingled, I do just go and look through and make sure there's no clumps that are too big and need to be separated. So just give it a once over, just making sure everything looks fine. And if anything needs to be separated, just split them and separate it and make it a little smaller. Like that. Now I'm just gonna diffuse it just to get the curls dry quicker. I'm gonna hold my head over to kind of get these curls to stand up a little bit, hopefully, and not, lay down so much. But here goes. Finished diffusing it, and this is the final product. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. I love the defined curls. I love that leaning over, let these curls in the top stand up. I love the tapered cut. I feel like a new woman. So anyway, would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please let me know what you think, especially if you have gray hair. Trying to get those defined curls is not always easy, but this actually was easy, just using the right thing. So I hope you have enjoyed this, learned something, will try something for yourself. I know it seems scary to cut your own hair, but it really is not. You just need to be brave, give it a try. Remember, it's just hair. It will grow back. But, and start slow. Don't just, go for the gusto from the start, start little by little, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. But anyway, thank you again for joining me. To all of my wonderful queens, welcome. I'm always happy to have you here. If you're new, welcome to the family. Welcome to the queendom. And if you would please take a second to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future episodes and you are alerted as soon as a new episode is uploaded. So have a great day. Don't forget to love like you want to be loved, and I will see you the next time.